sensitive topic because he genuinely and sincerely feels like I could have beaten Trump. I should not have stepped aside for Kamala Harris. He actually thinks that's true. It's totally delusional. His own internal polling showed him losing over 400 electoral college votes if he stayed in. He's lying to himself, but I think he actually drank his own Kool-Aid. And so now when he's asked about age, he says this: I met more world leaders than you ever met in your goddamn life. What a weird flex. Well, I never understood this. This isn't just about Biden. I've never understood the flex of like, I know people. And like, who cares? Why? Why does that matter? Why is that important? Are we all supposed to be like impressed by that? You were a senator for like 700 years and now you're the sitting president and you were vice president. I would expect you to know every world leader, which, by the way, like, what a simpleton thing to say, because that says nothing about your ideology, about your philosophy, about your beliefs, about your preferred policies, about what you did for the American people. To just be like, I know people. It's like a small man thing to say. That is not like a serious way of responding to a question. Because, by the way, I mean, deep down, he's got to know. I do think he's lied to himself and he thinks he would have won. But he knows he failed in that debate massively. He knows his brain was melting out of his ears. He knows that he is past his prime, to say the least. He knows that. And then you got to wonder, does he know maybe more than he's letting on, right? I mean, that was the speculation, that he actually has something that's like diagnosable with the good days and the bad days and the sundowning and the, you know, just sometimes being totally incapable of getting through a sentence, losing his way in sentences where he should not be losing his way. So I don't know, but look, like he gave Hillary Clinton the Presidential Medal of Freedom the other day. And as I'm watching this, I'm going, so the first person who gave us Trump was Hillary Clinton. And now the second person who gave us Trump again was Biden. And it's almost like they're handing out participation trophies to each other. Right? Like, if the stakes are as high as everybody says they are, and they are, maybe a little bit more self-reflection, you know, a little bit more accountability for the fact that Hillary gave us Trump and you gave us Trump. And there is none. It's just, again, I'll play it for you again, but this is just old man anger at the fact that now he's on his way out. And honestly, if we're keeping it real, his version of politics is also dying.
My being the oldest president, I know more world leaders than any one of you ever met in your whole goddamn life.
So what, dude? So what? I mean, he's snapping. He's snapping. I would love to get... We're never going to know. We're never going to know his real thoughts on how he did in office and what he thinks about Trump winning again and mistakes. He's never going to tell you the straight dope, like the real things he thinks. He's very guarded as a sitting president and soon to be former president. But man, to be a fly on the wall when he has the real conversations with his wife or something, right? Because he's got to know deep down, like, man, there's a lot of things I regret. There's a lot of things I would have done differently. We talked about it. If Build Back Better got passed, I think Kamala would have won. Does he know that? Does he believe that? Does he blame Manchin and Sinema? Because if he did, that'd be correct. I would love it if we had a president who was with it enough to make an argument for himself, number one. Number two, hold the Kirsten Sinemas and the Joe Manchins accountable and point the finger directly at them. Hey, you know, if we got this passed, we would have won, right? You do know that, right? You do know you're the problem, right? Or Netanyahu is the problem because you keep sending him money and weapons as he carpet bombs babies and you seemingly have no problem with it whatsoever. So I don't know, man. The old man is, he's lost his patience. Let's see if there's anything left in here.
Just to reiterate there, President Biden calling former President Trump, President-elect Donald Trump, a genuine threat to democracy. And the question that was asked that produced that answer about him knowing more leaders than any of the reporters in their whole goddamn lives was about Trump ending birthright citizenship.
Wait, he said that in response to a question about Trump ending birthright citizenship? That doesn't seem right. It's just such a weird flex. I know more world leaders than you've ever met. I know, because you were referencing ones from like the 1970s while you were sitting in office. Remember when he said, I was talking to President Mitterrand? That's like some dude from the 1970s in France. He meant he was talking to Macron and he said Mitterrand. Like, the issue is not that you haven't met a lot of world leaders, dude. That was not the problem. And everybody knows that. So It's time to go. It's time to go, dude. I don't want Trump getting in there. He is. I don't want him in there, but he is going to be in there. But there's a lot of self-reflection that needs to be done, and I don't think he's the kind of guy to do it.
Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.